I feel it's important that everyone's voice is heard and that we can take everyone's ideas and transform them into meaningful outcomes. I was in active Army, and so I did a year and a half in Korea and finished out my time at Fort Lewis JBLM in Washington. I'm currently enrolled with my GI Bill, so I didn't go to college right out of high school, went to the military, then afterwards, started pursuing my degree. I'm kind of a non-traditional student, so I did a lot of my education online for all my freshman prerequisites. Originally, I just wanted a degree in medical imaging. I did a bit more research and I found nuclear medicine. I deep dive into it and I kind of just fell in love. It's that perfect blend of science and technology. I wanted to find an in-person program as well. There are not that many programs on the West Coast that facilitate nuclear medicine. So finding one pretty local as well as that has such a great reputation was kind of a boon and blessing for me. Kind of hit the ground running first term, sophomore year. My first class at Oregon Tech was my first class with the instructors here, Rick Hoylman. Being a part of the nuclear medicine program here at OIT, I feel as though the student to faculty ratio is perfect. We get a lot of hands-on training from our amazing advisors and professors here. It definitely prepares us for externship and being in the field.
I think Cody has just a lot of potential. Very excited for him wherever he goes for his externship. I know he's going to do a great job. I think whoever gets him as for an externship and as well as for a job is going to be fortunate. He's just a good thinker. He's intelligent. I think he wants to develop those kinds of leadership skills. We need that desperately today. I think good leadership is sorely needed in almost every aspect. But particularly in nuclear medicine, I would love to see, Cody take on some leadership positions within the society, maybe within his own department. That can sometimes take, 5 to 10 years, but we found that many of our graduates are in positions of leadership within 5 years of graduating.
Our professors here are very thorough and kind of teaching us to think critically about all the images we see. We know what we're going to see once we go out to extern, that if what we're seeing isn't normal, we can identify why it's not normal and kind of come to a conclusion of what the abnormality is. The professors make the information easily digestible, and they give you plenty of time to come down to the lab and practice outside of class hours, to be on these machines, to know what we're looking for, to run through the studies. We're lucky enough that all the machines here are loaded with a ton of patient data that we can and patient studies that we can actually practice on and kind of use our critical thinking skills to identify what's normal, what's abnormal. OIT has done a great job at empowering the faculty and students with resources and supplies, everything they need. I find that when I'm at the Veteran Resource Center, they are incredibly helpful. That is such an amazing place to be. And they're more than willing to even help non-veterans that come through and ask questions about things.
I am a Navy veteran, served from 2000 to 2016, active and reserve for our world's greatest Navy. I worked on ships and with a field unit called the Seabees, and so I got a lot of really comprehensive experience as far as opportunities to deploy and things like that. During my reserve time, I actually was able to work for the VA for 10 years. And in a very interesting and specific capacity where the role I was in was to deliver services directly to student veterans for the VA. And after 10 years of that, and having worked with colleagues in higher education, I really wanted to pursue a position within higher education properly and really manage a program that belonged to the students there. And then when the position opened in Klamath Falls, it aligned very well with my ability to come up, enjoy a small school in a small town, and get to know a really great group of veterans. There are a few institutions around the country that have very robust support, similar to ours, but for the size that we have, the ability to not have to worry about seeking financial support makes it so that we can really focus mainly on programming. and provide leadership opportunities to the student veterans and the student leaders that we have. And that really makes a big difference in their growth over time and their career readiness.
I think the certifying official, Michelle, and the financial aid office does an absolutely great job at just making sure that all the service members are kind of up to date on their financial needs.
Our Veteran Resource Center serves roughly about 100 students per week. And we average right now about 23 students joining us every day. Because the Veteran Resource Center is funded by students, it's available to any student on campus, but that actually gives our veterans a really great opportunity to connect and network across the entire student body, and actually serve in many aspects as peer mentors to their traditional students and other transfer students. So our students are going into degree programs that demand a level of academic rigor that is unique. Polytechnic education is not the same as we've seen from our partner institutions just in the state of Oregon, but also across the country. So providing as much space and resources. So in our case, we still maintain a computer lab that has a significant amount of the software that a lot of our students need, but it also provides quiet study space, and direct peer mentorship, because so much of what we've found is as a veteran comes out of the military, they need to remediate. Cody Mueller is one of our most dedicated and exceptional students. He actually really lights up areas when he comes in, especially the Veteran Resource Center, and always such a willing peer mentor, and demonstrates the type of leadership that we couldn't possibly ask for more out of a student veteran. And in his case, because he's so active with the Nuke Med Club and all these different things, that I don't get to have him directly in my orbit all the time, that I feel mildly shortchanged. But in his case, whatever he needs from us, we're always willing to provide it, and he's always willing to do the same for his peers. And so we look forward to seeing what type of success he can put out in the community once he graduates.
There are a lot of leadership parallels with my prior service and seeing like how the officer corps is structured here in our Nuke Med Club. I think a lot of prior service members that are also students at OIT exhibit those qualities as well. Being a nuclear medicine student, it is a perfect blend of science and technology. So we have a chance to pursue a field where there is upcoming innovations. It's a lot of work, but I found that it's very rewarding as I go along. So I'm kind of happy where I'm at. I'm happy on the trajectory I am. I know that just making small, minute improvements every day will kind of lead you to where you want to go, as long as you keep moving in the direction that, you see yourself in.